How you doing, everybody? My name is Dr. Sami Baya. Please welcome back to my YouTube channel. 20 ways to break free from a trauma bond relationship. This breaks your trauma bond to a narcissist. That is the title of today's episode. One common habit with the narcissist is that the narcissist will abuse or mistreat their victim physically, emotionally, and psychologically. However, the catch here is that they also intersperse the abuse with gestures of love, caring, kindness, generosity, and promises not to ever abuse you again. Now, these little episodes of good behavior occurring at random between phases of abuse are what reinforces trauma bonding. Developing a trauma bond with a narcissist makes it extremely difficult to leave an abusive relationship. You probably tried to leave many times, but you always end up taking the narcissist back into your life. But why is it so hard to get over a trauma bond? Hey, at this juncture, if you're watching this video and you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, quickly smash that subscribe button. Thank you. It is very important to note that a trauma-bonded person may react with anger if you suggest that they need help to stop the abuse. They may even sneer at you. They'll insist that the abusers, that is the narcissist, loves them, and that what seems abuse is actually the narcissist's way of romancing them. Now, such victims of that narcissist may find it extremely hard to move on after that relationship has ended. So, what are the characteristics of traumatic bonds with a narcissist? Number one, if you're in a relationship with a narcissist and you're trauma bonded, you'll feel unhappy and you may not even like your partner any longer, but you still feel unable to end things. When you do try to leave that narcissist, you feel physically and emotionally distressed. When you say you want to leave, the narcissist will promise to change, but they'll make no effort actually to change. When you fixate on the good days, you feel that that's a proof that the narcissist really cares. You also find yourself making excuses and defending the narcissist's behavior when other people express concern about them. Then you'll find yourself continuing to trust them and hoping that they will change. You find yourself protecting the narcissist by keeping abusive behavior secret. So, trauma bonds can linger even when the abuse happened long time ago. You might find it difficult to stop thinking about a narcissist who hurt you, and you'll feel the urge that you want to reach out or you want to be with them again. You want to try things again with them. So if you're trauma bonded with a narcissist, you will feel inextricably attached to them as a survival mechanism, and you will be unable to leave the relationship. Trauma bonding breaks your self-esteem and forces you to lose touch with your true self. You end up neglecting yourself and all your needs to accommodate your narcissist hopes, and you will be hoping that you will get their love and affection by doing that. All right, you focus on making them feel that their needs are met. So trauma bonding is a form of addiction that emerges prominently after a traumatic event. So the main feelings involved in trauma bonding are attachment, loneliness, fear, and worry. So in this video, apart from getting professional support that you can get somewhere else, I'll give you 20 steps that you can take on your own to break free from a trauma-bonded relationship with a narcissist. A trauma bond is a psychological addiction developed towards the narcissist due to repeated cycle of intermittent positive reinforcement, abuse, and devaluation. Now, first things first, what's the difference between trauma bond narcissistic relationship and a loving relationship? A trauma-bonded relationship is based on power and control. A loving relationship is based on mutual respect, and it doesn't include abuse, violence, or intimidation. Healthy loving relationships involve physical and emotional safety, mutual respect, trust, honesty, accountability, responsibility for one's actions, healthy boundaries, communication, willing to work through problems together. But a narcissistic and healthy relationship is all about intimidation, emotional abuse, physical abuse, maybe isolation from friends and family, minimization, blaming, controlling you over finances, threats, coercion, poor boundaries, mistrust. So if someone always mistreated you and you always felt unhappy in that relationship, it will be easier to leave. But narcissists know what they're doing, so they alternate between love bombing and some good experiences to moments of abuse and devaluation. So this abuse cycle creates those powerful feelings and that make it very difficult to understand what's happening. So if you find yourself in a narcissistic relationship that you can't seem to leave, chances are that you're experiencing the trauma bonding. This trauma bond is an unhealthy connection between the narcissist and the victim. So trauma bonding is an unhealthy psychological response to abuse in which the abused person develops feelings for their abuser and wishes to return to them. The victim may grow sympathy for the abuser, which gets perpetuated by successive cycles of abuse and rewards. However, not every victim of long-term abuse develops a trauma bond. So a trauma bond is a psychological response that happens when an abused person develops an unhealthy attachment to the abuser. Trauma bonds can occur in any situation where one person is exploiting another, and the trauma bonds are not limited to romantic relationships. Traumatic bonding is a strong emotional attachment between an abused person and his or her abuser, formed as a result of the cycle of violence. So trauma bonds are not simply a challenging relationship. They are deeply rooted in our basic need for attachment and security. Trauma bonding is rooted in a desperate need for the relationship to continue. In some ways, trauma bonding is an addiction to the relationship with the abuser. So this focus can become so intense that you cannot recognize that the relationship is unhealthy despite the abuse or betrayal. Now, the big point is this: if you are stuck in a trauma bond or you are struggling to move on after ending a trauma bond relationship, there are steps that you can take to break free and find healing. So how do you heal from a trauma bond? Healing from a trauma is a process that happens over time and with patience and great care. So the two main factors that allow the creation and continuation of a trauma bond are a power imbalance and intermittent reinforcement. We feel something is missing if we don't have that anxious environment with periodic flashes of love and tranquility mixed in between there. So what are the steps that you can take on your own to break free from a trauma bonded relationship? Number one step to take to break free from a trauma bonded relationship is to become aware of the trauma bond and educate yourself. The first step to get over a trauma bond is to acknowledge the problem and face reality. It is to become aware of what is happening to you. If you don't become aware of this manipulative technique that keeps you psychologically addicted to the narcissist, you risk staying stuck in the relationship for years. The first step to breaking a trauma bond with a narcissist is acknowledging that there is a problem. It is very important to realize that you have been in an unhealthy relationship and it is time to break free. Once you become aware of the trauma bond, you can start taking the necessary steps to get over the trauma bond and heal your emotional wounds. Learn about the trauma bonding signs to help you identify whether you've developed a trauma bond with your abuser or the narcissist, and learn how to identify the signs of unhealthy or abusive and narcissistic relationships. Learn what a healthy relationship and a narcissistic relationship look like so that you can distinguish between the two. Narcissists are master manipulators who have arranged strings to pull at any time to make you dance and jerk around like a fool. So the secret is, once you recognize their control and manipulative strategies, the narcissist will lose the ability to hoodwink you. Some of the narcissist tricks and manipulative tactics include them making you feeling guilty, and they make you feel selfish for having your own life. Using manual finances and other forms of support to control what you do is another strategy that the narcissist will use to manipulate you. They will tell you what to believe and care about, and they will imply that you are stupid, wrong, or malicious if you disagree. They will gaslight you and say that you are either wrong or that you are the one to be blamed if you point out aspects of their behavior which are unacceptable. They'll gossip behind your back to lower your profile at work, at home, or even in the community, in the society, and to gain leverage over you. And so much more manipulative tactics. So if a narcissist is doing these things to you, then you need to know. It is not okay. It is not your fault. You're not to be blamed. It needs to stop now. Number 2 step to take to break and be free from trauma bond to a narcissist. Recognize your triggers. Identify the things that trigger memories or emotions associated with the narcissist and avoid them. It is very important to recognize the warning signs of a potential future partner with narcissistic tendencies. Number 3, get your money right. One of the top ways that a narcissist strengthens and maintains the trauma bond is through money. If the narcissist has more money, they will often use it to tell you what to do in return for financial security. If the narcissist struggles with money, they will often guilt you into financial supporting them. If you really care about them, that's what they'll accuse you. If you care about them, why don't you spend on them? So the point is that money matters. If you're dealing with a narcissist, if you're struggling financially, do everything you can, do whatever you can to stabilize your situations and discard that narcissist. Leave them. Number 4 step of breaking and being free from a trauma bond to a narcissist is to go no contact, or to go gray rock, or to go low contact, depending on your circumstances. Create some space. One of the most important steps to breaking a trauma bond with a narcissist is getting enough time and space away from them. Sometimes you can be so close to a situation that you cannot see it clearly. Take a step back and get some distance from the narcissist or that abusive person, so that you can see the relationship for what it is. Space gives you clarity. Cut off all contact. It is very important to cut off all contact with the narcissist, including phone calls, text messages, texting, social media. This may be difficult, but it is very important to create boundaries and protect yourself emotionally. People who develop a trauma bond usually end up going back to their abusers or narcissists multiple times. They give in to their impulsive thoughts and they fall for the narcissist's manipulative lies. Don't fool yourself and try to convince yourself that you can stop trauma bonding while staying with a narcissist. If you stay in contact with your narcissist or abuser, you're just making it harder for yourself to get over trauma bonding. Detoxing from the trauma bond requires some level of no contact. If you can't go no contact or go gray rock or low contact, all right? If you can't go no contact, then go gray rock or go low contact. Sometimes you'll be forced to go low contact because of certain circumstances, such as you're sharing children with the narcissist, or you're sharing a home with the narcissist, so you can't go no contact on them. Or sometimes because the trauma bond that you have with your narcissist is too strong at the moment to break right away. So even if you can't go complete no contact, if you can't go zero contact yet, from now on, from this minute that you're watching this video, don't focus on trying to change the narcissist anymore. Don't try to meet their selfish needs. Instead, from this second you're watching this video, all right, make sure you start focusing on yourself. Focus on loving yourself. Focus on taking good care of yourself. Make sure you give the narcissist an excuse that you're busy with some project, you're busy at work, you're busy doing certain things. Or tell the narcissist that you're unwell, you feel ill, to make them not to be suspicious, to prevent them from getting angry, to prevent them from swinging into narcissistic rage as you prepare to discard and leave them. Every time you get back with your narcissist or with your abuser, you are sending them an indirect message that they can get away with anything. The next time they will know, if you let them get away with something, the next time they will know that they can take it a step further, because they'll be confident that you will take them back. So if you want to break free from the narcissist, if you want to get over that trauma bond, then stay away from the narcissist. The number 5 step you can take to break your trauma bond and be free from a narcissist is to journal your thoughts and emotions. Journal. Being in an abusive narcissistic relationship is extremely confusing and overwhelming. It is common to experience cognitive dissonance due to the confusing manipulative techniques that narcissists use: the future faking, the love bombing, the minimization, the gaslighting, the blame shifting, the projection, the lies, intermittent reinforcements, all these manipulative techniques used by narcissists, the triangulations, and so on, can really confuse you. So when you're a victim of a narcissistic abuse, you will develop a trauma bond. And you'll find yourself normalizing that toxic behavioral pattern. And this will make it very difficult to get over that trauma bond. So it's always good to write down those things that happen every day with that narcissist. Jot down things, write down things that happened each day. This will help you to become aware of repetitive patterns and the lies that the narcissist has been telling you. So keep a journal and write down your emotions. This will help you in a big way to stay grounded and to be in touch with reality. Because narcissists do not validate your experiences and emotions. They deny their abusive behaviors and they'll project them onto their victims. So journaling, writing down your everyday experiences and happenings can be very helpful, because the narcissist will confuse you with their manipulation, and this can lead you to question your own sanity. They'll gaslight you and you'll question your own reality. You'll find it difficult to know what is real and what is not real. Number 6 way of breaking the trauma bond with a narcissist is to rebuild your confidence. Focus on your goals and hobbies and take small baby steps towards these goals every day. By spending and putting more time, more energy into yourself daily, you will slowly break that trauma bond with the narcissist. Number 7 way of breaking your trauma bond to a narcissist is to stop the self-blame. Stop beating yourself up. If you are trying to find ways to break the trauma bond with a narcissist, then you need to believe in yourself and you need to stand up for yourself. Number 8 way of breaking the trauma bond to a narcissist is to focus on the here and now and observe the relationship from different perspectives. Staying focused in the present allows you to see the relationship and the abusive person as they are now. Okay? Take an honest look at the narcissist's behavior. Imagine you had a dear friend or family member going through the same experiences that you're going through. What kind of advice would you give them? Does this kind of relationship sound healthy and worth fighting for? Would it be in their best interest to stay in this kind of relationship? So this is one of the best ways to motivate yourself to break the trauma bond with a narcissist. Take an honest look at their behavior. Do you like how they treat you? Hoping things will be different or reminiscing about the good times minimizes the present dangers and makes it tempting to stay in the relationship. So remember, being emotionally involved and attached to a person makes it more difficult to be logical and rational. So if you have developed a trauma bond, you will end up craving your narcissist, your abuser's attention and affection like a drug. The number 9 step of breaking your trauma bond to a narcissist is to break through the fear. In order to break the trauma bond with a narcissist, you need to break through the fear. Although the narcissist will love bomb you with rewards, with validation, with future faking, you with a better future in front of you, the narcissist generally will always fall back on using fear as a tool of control and manipulation. They will rage at you, or they will punish you by giving you days, weeks, or even months of silent treatment if you refuse to be used or if you refuse to do what they want. They may threaten suicide if you leave or discard them. They will do almost anything and everything to maintain their grip and control over you. They want you to fear their anger, their accusations, and their sensitivity. Your biggest weapon in this fight is to feel the fear and leave them. Discard them. Leave them behind and move forward with your life. The number 10 step to breaking trauma bond with a narcissist is to establish and set boundaries. Setting boundaries is very important in breaking free from a trauma bond. Start by identifying your needs and values. Then clearly communicate them to others. This won't work with a narcissist, but that shows that this person is harmful to your well-being. So asserting yourself and establishing limits on what is acceptable and respectful behavior will help you keep out toxic people out of your life. So set healthy boundaries. in future relationships. Identify your needs and values and make sure to clearly communicate your boundaries with your partner. Be honest and direct about what is important to you. Setting healthy boundaries is an important aspect of any healthy relationship. It helps to establish trust, respect, and mutual understanding between partners. So find support and surround yourself with good friends and family, and surround yourself with feedback from healthy, empathic people so that you are regularly reminded of the difference between normal treatment and inhuman treatment. Consider joining a support group. A support group gives you a place to openly talk about your experience and listen to the experience of others. Hearing from others who have gone through a similar situation can help you realize that you are not alone in your experience. To heal from trauma bonding, it takes time, it takes patience, and it takes self-discipline. It is a challenging journey, but once you manage to break a trauma bond, it is extremely liberating. If you want your life to get better and find inner peace, you need to stop yourself from giving in to your impulses and stop texting your ex back. So instead of wasting your time and energy on people who belittle you, people who break you down, surround yourself with people who love you and truly care about you. By seeking comfort and support in people who want the best for you, you will find strength and feel less isolated. A positive environment and a good support system can do wonders to help you heal and get over trauma bond. Stay strong. You owe this to yourself. Take your life and destiny into your own hands and change your reality. It is so important to maintain connections with empathic people. People who can give you the accurate feedback you deserve. People that can give you a mirror to the true reality of your identity that the narcissist tries to distort. So if your narcissistic partner has isolated you from friends and family, you can begin to reconnect with these loved ones or seek community support in the form of self-validating support groups. So in short, number 12, step to break free from trauma bond with a narcissist: join social groups. Find an interesting social group to join. Be around people who are fun to be with. Hang out with happy friends. If you have supportive friends who can give you some time, take them to a restaurant, take them to a cafe, a museum, take them out, or any other place of mutual interest. Start a gym membership, for instance. If you can't, then go out to the park for walks and jogs. Attend comedy shows, for instance. Smiling and laughing will release endorphins and promote relaxation. So join some entertaining weekend social activity groups. Join a narcissist survival support group. Join domestic abuse support groups. Socializing can work the other way too. Instead of you seeking people to support you, you can decide to support other people. Help a friend in need. Pursue a social cause. Educate disadvantaged kids. Educate others. Now, number 13 step to break away from trauma bond to a narcissist is to practice good self-care. Taking care of yourself is very important. You can do that by eating well, exercising, getting enough sleep, and engaging in activities that make you happy. Self-care is crucial. It's very important. It can help you heal from the emotional trauma of the relationship. To get over trauma bonding, you need to stop being submissive and you need to stand up for yourself. Take care of your needs, all right? Because taking care of your needs is not selfish, but it's an act of self-love. Self-love and self-care involves activities that reduce stress and promote physical and emotional well-being. And these activities are nurturing, fulfilling, and healthy. So good self-care helps relieve stress. It helps you build self-love. It helps you to learn to rely on yourself for comfort rather than turning to an abusive partner, turning to a narcissist. So take good self-care of yourself, as I mentioned, through exercising, journaling, engaging in your hobbies, that activities that you enjoy. Listen to music, practice meditation. One thing about meditation, it can help reactivate the areas of your brain that process emotions and higher thinking. Meditation can also increase the gray matter in the frontal lobes, whatever your age. So meditation is not about shutting out your thoughts or emotions, but observing and accepting them and then releasing them. So get good and restorative sleep. Eat well. Spend time with trusted friends and family. All those are ways to break free from a trauma bond with a narcissist through self-care. Again, number 14 step to breaking that trauma bond with a narcissist. Practice self-love and self-compassion. It is now time to give yourself all the love, all the kindness, all the compassion that you have been depriving yourself for years. Date yourself. Take yourself on a restaurant date. Invite yourself. Just the same way someone would invite you with a card. So invite yourself. Leave yourself a card to a movie or to a fun place. Go on an adventure, solo adventure like a tourist in your home city, in your country. Go out on a thrilling activity. Listen to some music, interesting, sweet music to lift your mood. Recall happy moments, happy times, and cheerful experiences from before that relationship you had with a narcissist. So be kind to yourself, because being in an abusive relationship can be so devastating to your self-esteem and emotional well-being. So be mindful of the things you say to yourself. Practice positive self-talk. Remind yourself oftenly that you have many positive qualities and that you are deserving of happiness. Be gentle with yourself when you stumble. You are learning a new way of living and it takes time. Number 15 way to break that trauma bond with a narcissist is to make future plans. Think of how you want your future to look. Allow yourself to envision more for yourself and make plans to realize that future. Then number 16 way to break that trauma bond with a narcissist is to develop healthy relationships. Allow yourself to connect with people who are emotionally and physically safe. Practice healthy communication. Experiencing healthy relationships will help to strengthen your ability to form healthy attachments. Lean into a new connection opportunity, but do not dive into a rebound relationship to resurrect your self-esteem. All right? Take it easy in that new relationship and keep your expectations low. Do not overindulge in the new person's company. Do not rush things or hurry into intimacy. Remember, you just left a toxic, narcissistic relationship. So, allow yourself time to feel safe in this new person's company. Do not cling to them. Do not make this new person a replacement. Do not cling to them with all your power, might, energy, everything. All right? Gradually, you might find yourself gradually trusting them. So take it slowly. Number 17 way of breaking that trauma bond with a narcissist. Give yourself permission to heal. You deserve health and happiness. You deserve good health. And remember, healing starts with giving yourself permission to do what you need to do to engage in the healing process. You are allowed to grow and move on from environments and relationships that do not serve you. Number 18 way to break the trauma bond to a narcissist is to acknowledge the positive qualities that makes you special, unique, and irreplaceable. Do more of what the narcissist tried to discourage you. Remember those things the narcissist was telling you not to do? Do more of those things. You have those specific traits, internal and external qualities that cannot be replicated by anyone else because you are unique. So as you break the trauma bond, also remember what the narcissist claimed they disliked about you or tried to actively sabotage. Those are the things, that the narcissist did not want you to have. In the process of breaking the trauma bond, or after you've safely exited the narcissistic relationship, do those things. What the narcissists claim are your weaknesses are actually your strengths. Those are the same qualities and behaviors the narcissist feared in you and they tried to discourage because this made you powerful and independent of them. Those were the assets that the narcissist had to attack and minimize because they knew this made you powerful and independent of them. They disliked your self-confidence. It is because your healthy pride threatened their ability to instill insecurities in you. The narcissist didn't want you to pursue higher education, for instance, or career goals. So, because they knew that with your knowledge that you would attain, and the dreams that you will achieve, it would be so difficult for them to control you. So they told you that they discouraged you from pursuing your dreams. So do those things that the narcissist did not want you to do. Number 19 step to take to break the trauma bond with the narcissist is to seek professional support to get over that trauma bond. All these steps that I've mentioned can help you start your healing process to get over trauma bonding. However, it might not be enough to hold yourself back from getting back with your abuser when they try to lure you back in. The narcissists are master manipulators, remember. They'll try to hoover you back. So you need to seek support through therapy or counseling. This will help you to understand what you're going through. Remember, knowledge is power. And the more power you have, the more understanding you have about narcissistic relationships, the more you understand the psychology behind trauma bonding, the easier it will be for you to get closure. So through therapy, through counseling, you can share your experience in a safe environment, and you will get clarity on what is been happening to you and how to move forward. So by getting the right support and working on yourself, you will get over the trauma bond and heal your emotional wounds. This way you will be able to move forward in your life, and you'll be able to protect yourself from future narcissistic partners and abusers. Remember, trauma bond is a type of attachment that forms in abusive or unsettling relationships where the victim feels emotionally trapped to the abuser. Breaking a trauma bond with a narcissist can be a long and challenging journey, but it is very important for you to know that you need to prioritize your mental health and well-being. Remember that you deserve to be loved, you deserve to be respected, and you deserve to be valued. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you've not done so. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Share this video widely to all those who may need it. Share it widely. Share it in the mental health groups that exist. Share it in the WhatsApp groups. Share it in the Facebook groups. Share it in your Twitter, your Instagram, via your Facebook, LinkedIn. Share this video widely. Let's build each other up. Let's grow together. Let's build a strong support system. Drop your comments. Thank you. I love you all to the moon and back. God bless you. Catch you later in the next video.